that the flute from medieval? Oh, on rhythm. Let me check it. No? Oh my goodness, that's the flute. But how? I'm pretty sure some of you already tried it. Dragging the medieval sample into the rhythm, boom, and there is this orange on green which says, I can't even read it, failed, max sample length 20 seconds. Yeah, orange on green it's a good combo. Or some of you, like more curious ones, probably tried to chop this WAV file and then they realized it either doesn't play as a multi-sample or it actually even crashes in the rhythm. So how come my flute play and loops too? So you want to know the secret, huh? And I'm going to show you. And I'm pretty excited. It's amazing. Cranky man to the rescue. Not only that, you can have all the medieval multi-sampled instruments on the rhythm. And I will show you how I did it right now. Sorry about my hair. It's what it is. What is this? Okay, so let's see how the sausage is made. So this is the flute from medieval. And as you can...
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Okay. So this is the flute from medieval. And as you can see, it's a bunch of samples put together in one WAV file. But each sample is sampled at different note. Yeah, you get the idea. Each sample has also a looping point. That's this one. And the funny thing is, on EP, it not only loops and ends in the loop, but it will also decay the rest of the loop when you release the pad, which is actually not that typical, because many of the synths I worked with, they would just enter the loop and the release would be still on the loop. It would never actually play the rest of the loop. But in Teenage Engineering, when you release, it finishes the loop and then go with the rest like that. Which is pretty cool, I'd say, for a device like this. So this multi-sample part is actually very decent, I'd say. So everything after this needs to be cut out, or we can be clever. As you can see, here around the middle, it's actually sampled pretty tightly. It's C4, E4, G4, A4, A sharp 4. So at the very end, these are just sampled by literally half tone. And then C5. The part you listened before on my rhythm, I just cut out this. Let me control. I just cut out this part here, and I just delete the data. Boom. Really very simple. That was what you heard. But we can be clever about that, and we could maybe cut out this portion here, because it's a flute which doesn't really have a release anyway, so it probably doesn't get to this part after the loop, unless you just really crank up the release. I'm just going to experiment with a little bit. I can just cut this whole part. Delete. We can do the same thing here. Control. Maybe let's leave a little bit space. Delete this one. delete. And we already got some more space here. So maybe we'll just avoid this one completely and leave this one. I like the deep one. Yeah, that's useful. Yeah, I like this one. So maybe I'll clean this portion. Yeah, right now I'm just experimenting, okay. And yeah, we are all at the end here. So that's the plan here. I'm going to kill the rest. Control. I'm going to kill this thing and yeah. That's my loop that will fit to Riddim, and I only kicked out one of the samples. I need to do a little decay here so it doesn't just end rapidly. So I want to have a little audio fade out. I can do fade out to reverb, which is actually pretty good. That's an option. Or I can just do normal fade out. Fade out. No, I'll put the log, which should be set exponential. Yeah, so I'll do the same thing for everywhere. Just the end. Audio fade out. This one is good. This one has, yeah, this is one of those. And the last one, yeah, that's already fade out here, so. Audio fade out. Okay, let's see. Looks pretty good. Now, this last region ends at B4, right? So these are the key assignments, but we want to end it in, like, I don't know, C6 maybe. We can go the whole, yeah, let's put C8, the whole thing. So, and I didn't touch the loop points. You know, to don't have a click, you should start from the zero crossing when the wave goes up and end up when the wave comes from the bottom, right? Like this would be nice loop. A common mistake is to have it loop in wrong phase. This will already create a little small click. So there are many things how to fix this. But I'm not touching these. This is something somebody already made for the medieval. But also there is a little issue I found here, and that's this one. This is sampled at A4, but the region is G sharp to A4. Let's see the piano. So it's sampled at A4, and that's the whole region. But the next region, it also starts from A4. And I don't know if whoever was making the loops for medieval was aware of this, but in EP, if they share a note, like in this case the end note is A4 and start note is A4, if they share the note, it would be the next one which will take the priority. So in fact this was sampled at A4, but it will never sound at A4 because this one would be resampled down from A sharp. I don't know if there is any reason to have the overlapping notes or not. All the samples I looked in EP, they have overlapping notes. Like the last note would be the first note of the next one, which doesn't make sense. It should be 1/2 tone higher. But anyway, I'll just follow that. So I changed this one, and now my region is G sharp to A sharp. with the sample at the A4. That's basically what I'm fixing here, and now I'm going to save it. Riddim. Is it double D? Now I'm going to upload it. Alright, so I have my previous loop and I'm going to upload this one. Now uploading because we are less than 20 seconds, and maybe it's better than the one I made before just by cutting out the end. This is a fancy one. Alright, so let's test it. And let's hear that. And let's go down 1 octave. And now here we are already stretching the sample, the last sample, too much. And this is how we will make all the other medieval multi-samples for Riddim. That's the first one. Here is an interesting part about the loops. Okay, I'll plug this one and look at that. It's C5. But we are on the C4. That's another thing. Many of those instruments in EP are shifted from their original sounds. We can also see it here. So if I take this, which is set as a C4 root, and I go to actually measure the pitch, it says it's C5. Many of the instruments in EP are shifted around the keyboard. I know there is a little confusion here, but it actually makes sense. As you can see, they're marked as if pitched down. Right? That's the same one. Described as C4, but in fact it is C5. The confusion is that if you mark it down, it would actually play an octave higher on the keyboard. It kind of makes sense. What I'm saying is play this sound as C4, and that's where it is. Huh? And all of the leads actually in EP are done this way, because the EP has only a few keys. They just moved all the sounds to have the best range without you needing to change the octave. To be perfectly honest, I spent a good 30 minutes or 40 minutes thinking about this here, but it kind of makes sense. You know what? Let's just download one from the EP and let's go. Let's get the Hammond download. Let's say A1. So it's exactly the same. Camera is wonky. So it's exactly the same thing as on Medieval. We said this is A1, but in fact it plays as A2. So we are playing this note, right? Yeah. But if you look at some of the basses, like this one is from Riddim. This has no loops or nothing, it's just simple wave file, but it is described as F1. And if I just test it, estimate pitch, and it is indeed F1. So there was no repitching in this one. Okay, so on the Riddim, these samples are 22 kilohertz. Okay, another thing is if you use 48 kilohertz samples, then the limit 20 seconds no longer apply. It will be 19.53. There is a whole thing about that. No, you can probably make them stereo, I don't know. So I'm now going to fix all the medieval multi-instruments. I mean, in theory, I'm not supposed to mess with these loops, but well, I don't know. They don't really make any sense beyond teenage engineering devices. But anyway, well, we'll see. Maybe teenage engineering will ban the files or something. But this way, you can actually use all the medieval multi-sample instruments on the Riddim, and I'm going to make all of them, which is not many, just like 6, 7, and yeah, I'm going to upload it somewhere. But the good part is now I'm going to make my own instruments, and I will talk about this later in some other video. Also, the software, you can, like, you don't have to look for it. This is not something even teenage engineering has, so this is something I cooked up. It works. I want to just finish it a little bit and to have a really easy way to create multi-sample instruments on your computer, and we'll talk about that later too. So now let's make all the loops, all the multi-sample instruments from medieval for Riddim, and yeah, see what will happen. Go away, I have Riddim. Okay. Okay, so let's, we already have the flute. Boom. They should upload without problem, because we are clever. Magic. I like hacking stuff, like the proper cranky man. While it's uploading, I will sing. What is with this thing? Right. So, but you know what this means. I'm going to make so many multi-sampled instruments now. Not from some other loops. I will just sample my own instruments, and yes, you're going to use them. You're going to love my loops. Every instrument I have at home will be in Riddim, and we will test it. I hope everything works. The thing is, if you do this incorrectly, then it will actually crash Riddim if, for example, a loop points to wave data which are not there. Then it will crash. So that's why it needs to be done properly. I mean, I like this one too, but now there will be less and less reason to keep it if I can put all my multi-sampled instruments there. Then I can basically have absolutely 100%, almost, no, 99%, because for some reason medieval can use longer loops, but you cannot upload longer loops, so that's the other thing. So they are fine internally if those multi-sampled instruments are about 20 seconds, but the software cannot upload one, so it's the same thing. Okay, so here we are, so the moment of truth. I should change the keys. Mid synth pad, enter. What I want to do? Oh yes, scale. I want to change the scale to major, okay? Enter. Sound. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to, ouch. I'm sitting on a bed. This is my studio. Let's first try the flute. We already have the flute keys. Alright, next one is guitar, octave down. All right, next one. That's hurdy-gurdy. The thing is, the same thing with medieval, and we can try it. The hurdy-gurdy on the medieval, I can unplug the hurdy-gurdy on medieval. They don't sound that good. There is a like loop which is fine, but the multi-sampled instrument is not good. Shift this middle synth pad, enter, scale, enter, major, enter. So we have the same thing. Sounds. So this should be hurdy-gurdy. No. No. I don't like this multi-sampled instrument of hurdy-gurdy on the medieval, which means one thing: I'm going to make my own, because I have a hurdy-gurdy. So I'm going to make my own, and better and louder. So anyway, let's go more. We have trumpet. That wasn't no change there. Bagpipe. That's reasonable. Yeah, that's fine. Next is bow harp. Bow harp. Let me fade the effects. Okay, I'm on the reverb. Yeah, it's nice. Okay, next is the Gregorian. Yeah, we don't have enough sampling here, and that's not good. So, and C2. So here is interesting thing, which I actually discovered now. Yeah. So here the default route means this is what automatically will be selected when you selected the patch. So if I select the Gregorian, it's automatically set to C2. The keyboard layout, right? And the octave. If I select something else, it's select to C4. So which again kind of like makes me think, why did they have to transpose it then? If the patch can actually select the proper octave, there is really no reason to transpose it, right? But well, it is what it is. I really don't know. I don't know why they did it this way. Maybe the selection of the octave wasn't before. Okay, so let's move on. So the 48 is the Sean. Right, nice. See, and that's already preset to C3. And the last one is 49, and it's in C4. So there you have it. All the medieval multi-sampled instruments on Riddim. All these samples you can download. I will put them somewhere. Technically, I'm not supposed to do this, right? Because these are not my samples, but they really have no other purpose than for Riddim. So let's see how they feel about that. Doesn't matter, because what will be the step number 2? I'm totally going to... Why am I so zoomed in? I'm totally going to milk this, and in a way I'm totally going to make so freaking many multi-sampled instruments that it will fill your rhythm with my stuff. I have so many instruments at home, and I'm going to sample everything, and I'm going to make every multi-sample instruments you don't want. So these multi-samples are both good for rhythm and medieval, unless they update KO2, which they might not. You cannot use them on KO2 because KO2 doesn't have it, but we can upload the same thing we made into medieval, I'm pretty sure. Instrum, and I'm going to upload the same thing, right? Like the flute. What? Oh, I can only upload it to the user ones. Whatever they say. Yeah. So see, I'm uploading the flute which I made for rhythm to medieval, which means anything I make will be able to be uploaded to medieval and rhythm. So I'm going to make multi-sampled instruments, yes, and you cannot stop me. 260, boom. It's like a calculator, right? Does it loop? Yeah, it does loop. So yeah, both medieval and rhythm can receive multi-sampled instruments, which I can make, and I will make a lot of them. You will have no space. So okay, so basically that's it, but for now only. And yes, I will also talk about the software a little bit later, but it's just basically, this is like a rough version. This is not released yet, okay? And yeah, I'm going to make so many multi-sampled instruments next. So watch this, wait for it, I warned you. All the instruments I have will be in the rhythm. From the Cranky man, the crankiest one, who doesn't like how the rhythm looks like, who thinks it looks like Fisher Price. No, I really love the KO2 looks. And if I find some broken KO2, like water damage or something, I'm totally going to replace it. Yes. And no one can stop me, no one. I'm actually really good in soldering and stuff, so yeah. Few screws here and there, and I have my own KO2 with the rhythm, or maybe they will update the KO2 with the multi-sampled instruments, and then wait for the next video when I will fill your 128 megabytes. Alright, so see you next time. This is exciting, actually.